I'm Bill. I'm with Cali Moto TV. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Pacific Ocean here on Highway 1 here in California. Today's a special day, you guys, because we're finally doing a video on the new bike, which sits behind me. But I thought what better way to come out and ride on this beautiful road on this bike. But I wanted to show you guys something. If you look straight ahead, you can see the Farallon Islands. Very rare to see the Farallon Islands. Usually it's socked in with fog. But we're going to be heading up here to Stinson Beach on our all-new, brand-new 22 Ducati Multistrada V4S with the radar, tour package, and the spoked wheels. So by the title, you guys know, I've got some explaining to do, and the reason why I have some explaining to do is I have recently said to you guys that I would never, ever buy a brand new Ducati again. So let me explain myself on why we're on a brand new Ducati. Yes, it's my Ducati. Yes, I bought this Ducati a couple weeks ago, and well, I have to give a big, huge shout out to Randy over at A&S for the deal that I got on this bike, because I couldn't pass up the deal. That's why I bought the bike. I'm not going to be modifying this bike, so it really made sense for me to buy it. Now, let's talk about the deal, because there are still deals out there, and right now is a time of not getting a deal. I did a video not too long, about a couple of years ago before COVID, about how to negotiate better deals. Well, that's out of the picture now. You pay basically MSRP or markups regardless. It's just how life is right now. My brand new truck is coming in this week, and I'm gonna end up having to pay MSRP for it. I'm not gonna get it at invoice like I did my last one. So this bike was sitting on the showroom floor for $27,000, I think, 26 and some change, 26.9 or something like that. And Randy had a sale tag on it for like 21,000 bucks, almost $7,000 off the price. And when I first looked at it, I was like, oh, it's probably a 21. It's probably a demo, or it's slightly used, or there's something about the bike. And I asked Randy, I was like, oh, hey, Randy, how many miles does this bike have on it? And he's like, oh, it's new. And I was like, what do you mean it's new? And he's like, yeah, it's new. And I was like, oh. And we turned it on, and sure enough, it had like 36 miles on it. So it literally had like a demo ride on it. So I was like, all right, so it's 21, I guess? And he's like, no, it's a 22. So I said, why is it almost $7,000 off? Like, I don't get it. And he's like, oh, it's like old stock, and we're just trying to move it, and we're trying to get rid of it. And coincidentally enough, it was, I actually bought it in October. So Ducati had some leasing specials in October, and for the Multistrada. And so we kind of looked up the special, and it was like zero down, $300 a month for like 48 months. I did the math out the door, what I would end up buying the bike for. There was a one-year-old used one. The only one I could find local was a one-year-old used one with 7,000 miles on it, and they wanted more than I would be paying out the door for the brand new one. So I'm like, all right, if I keep this bike for a year, and I, maybe a couple $1,000s into payments, right, I'd be able to get rid of this bike, hopefully, for like what I'm into this bike. Now, for you guys that are familiar with the channel, you know that I had a Tiger 1200, and I bought the Tiger 1200 under the same pretense. It was basically like $7,000 off. I got it for such an incredible deal out the door, but I didn't do my research on Triumph and resale values on Triumph. And obviously I know resale values on Ducatis are quite high, so I just figured it was just a deal I couldn't pass up. And so I text Nikki and I was like, hey, yeah, this would be, because she loves two-up rides. She would rather do a two-up ride than ride herself, where the other one wanted to ride herself and not do two-up rides. So the Tiger just didn't make any sense. Now this bike makes sense. So I text her and I was like, hey, Nikki, look, this bike is just, it's stupid cheap. I kind of want to get it, but like, I want to make sure you're gonna like want to ride with me on it. And she's like, absolutely. And so I bought the bike. So I told you guys that I probably would never buy a brand new Ducati again because of the experience that I had with their warranties. And I really dislike how Ducati treated me and a customer, any customer, let alone me, which I'm a pretty good customer. I've owned, you know, at one point we had $100,000 in Ducati motorcycles in our garage. Just the way that they treat their customers, I just didn't like it. So I said I would never buy one again. But being that I'm not going to be modifying this bike, the warranty is going to stay intact. So if there is some issues, which now I won't say there's too many issues, but I will say the V2 is, from the last time I was at ANS, is still sitting at the dealership literally the last 6 to 7 months fighting. She's fighting. I'm not even in the fight anymore. Ducati with the overheating issue. So that's why I bought this bike. And I don't intend to do any mods to it except for things like the windshield I already did. I put the electronic gas cap on there. And that's it. I got the rear, I got the side bags. The tail bag is at ANS right now, so we'll get it installed. We've got our 600 miles finally on the bike, so we're gonna get that installed. Sorry, Stinson Beach, by the way. Beautiful, beautiful view. I used to live on that little peninsula right there, Bolinas, when I was young. So, but so that's why I got the bike. So I wanted to give you guys a little video on the bike and a little explanation and introduce the bike to you and you know, just give you guys a nice, beautiful little ride. Stay tuned, because on the next leg, I'm gonna stop here for lunch. On the next leg, we're gonna talk about the bike a little bit and talk about why I bought the bike a little bit more in depth. And I've had one of these bikes for a demo for a week, and I really didn't like it that much, but I've really actually fallen in love with this bike. So stay tuned. Next video up, we're going to be talking about the bike in itself in details, but right now we're going to be coming over here to this little cafe, and we're going to be it's not the Sand Dollar's over there and they're closed. This is Breakers, that's right. So Breakers Cafe. So we're going to grab a little sandwich here, I think. But yeah, so that's kind of basically, you know, why we got into this bike. And, you know, the deal on this bike was just, it was stupid. Like I said, it's got the radar already hooked up to it. So it's got the radar here, the blind spot detections here and here. And then it's got the bags. We've got the bag for the back coming. And then it's got the spoked wheels, which I wasn't really happy about because the spoked wheels come with the 21-inch wheels. But the front's not too bad out here, so I kind of feel all right with it. So here you guys go. So big fat liar, I bought a brand new Ducati again, and but this is basically how the bike's going to stay. We're going to get the rear case on it, and that's how the bike stays. So we won't have to worry about it. But welcome to Stinson Beach. Absolutely gorgeous day. I think it's like 65 degrees today, but we're gonna have a good little snack here, a good little lunch, and then be on the way. So stay tuned. So we'll talk a little bit more about this bike and why I'm liking it, and yeah, we'll go from there. But do the normal, hit the subscribe button, smash the like button, and then ring the bell notification. Bell notification is going to give you future notification of future content here on the channel, like when we're back up on the Ducati. And we also got some stuff coming with the Hyper Motard. If you guys didn't see the live stream, hit up the live stream. We just did some great stuff tearing that Hyper Motard apart. So Nikki's feeling well, and you can meet her. And thank you guys so much for sticking around, and we'll see you guys next video. Bye, guys.